Good afternoon, everybody. It's Nathan, and today we're going to check out Torment Tides of Numenera. I do plan on doing a full playthrough of this, so let's get started, and here we go. Edge in each stat pool acts like a discount when using points from that pool. It grants free levels of effort, or reduces the cost to activate abilities. Alright, seems legit. Let's do this. I have not played a whole lot of games in the similar vein, like Baldur's Gate or Pillars of Eternity, or other games like that. So this is my first try with this particular type of game. Although I did play a little bit of Divinity: Original Sin, but only like maybe an hour or two. So we're gonna go as male. Your mind wakes. Oh, we got narration. Sweet.
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Ooh,
your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important, as if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Let's see. Look around or look at this body. Let's check out this body, I guess.
Wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material.
Oh,
you recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. Good muscles, strong but not bulky, and slim hips. Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much labor, but scars and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful. Why can't you remember this?
My bad, I forgot.
Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on itself. The world is many kilometers below you.
Look at the horizon, flatten out to catch the wind. Try to judge how far it is to the ground. We're gonna just flatten out to catch the wind, I guess.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you were still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Oh, alright.
Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
Huh. Okay, let's study where we're gonna be headed, because I have a feeling we won't remember what happened.
You see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains, surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
Okay. Give up and dive. We're gonna try to slow our descent even more.
That's fruitless. You've reached a velocity that could, without irony, best be named terminal. You spread your arms and legs and try to catch a draft, and it looks like you'll hit the bay that's rushing toward you, unless you hit the building in its littered waters. A strange web of colors surrounds you, thrown by a figure standing on the balcony of the structure. But it is effective only at slowing your fall.
Ooh,
You
okay.
strike the building hard enough to crack its crystalline structure, and you hear one of the engines that supports it protest and howl, and the agony of the crash overcomes you, and then darkness.
Okay. Huh, okay. Movement's a little interesting. Let's interact with whatever this is. Okay, it looks like there's no narration for here, so I'll just narrate it. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pile. It's wasted. Might carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. Examine the bowl. Let's examine the bowl. You trace your fingers over the slippery, overlapping scales that spiral up from the bottom of the bowl. The sharp toothed rim plucks at your skin. It's going to be tricky to move the bowl without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Reflected light streaks across the surface of the bowl as another droplet falls from the ceiling. Might. You know, we're going to leave the bowl alone for a little bit. I don't believe it really need... Oh. Okay. Never mind. Metal waves roll over the floor below, sending vibrations through the soles of your boots. Alright, we're going to move this bowl. We're going to do it. We're going to fill this thing with light. Let's do it. Carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools: might, speed, and intellect. And you can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. Okay. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, use L to spend might. For a higher level of effort, don't worry. If you fail at this task in Torment, failure often results in interesting outcomes. Sweet. We're gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get this bowl over. Success! You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move over to the glowing pool of fallen light. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clearer radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello? Are you still alive down there? We're up here. Build a path up to us, but be careful. Okay. We're gonna... Oh, yeah, okay. Yes. As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air. Bubble of stale air, your resting point. You breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Blah. Anyway, worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but he seems distracted. The device in his hand is covered with knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes he can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention. But this is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. So either deceive him by telling you've heard sounds of pursuit, threaten him until he returns to the task at hand. This is taking too long. Cast a spell and Estory? I don't know how to pronounce that. To fix the device yourself. I don't want to deceive him because that just doesn't seem like a good idea. Threaten him, that doesn't sound like a great idea either. This is taking too long. Let's just do it. I'm gonna fix this thing myself. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and show it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was just trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-boarded cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. That's what this annoying noise is. The guards won't be far behind. Run! Come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable. One of the ciphers in the belt. Also, disable this, I guess. You focus on the cloudy base of the pedestal. Your fingers instinctively find the control panel for the jeweled force field, almost as if you had built it in the first place. You remove it, casting it to the side. And as you reach inside to deactivate the crystal that power both the pulse and the pedestal, as you remove them, a scaly hand falls on your shoulder. Your head whips around and you see only the inky blackness of a pristine eye? Not pristine, pristine eye. The memory begins to fade, as if you were being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey, at the far end of a dark, whispering field. Alright. This is, it's kind of getting a little weird. Okay. Well, it looks like we're off to the next orb. Let's go to the next orb. We'll figure out what to do with these doors later. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau, towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the very plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were, desperately, this seems to be the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we found? And draw her attention to the hidden details that your more experienced eye can clearly see. Use your charm to persuade her of the merits of the site and a reminder of the time constraints. Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. No. This is the wrong answer. Yes. That, I can tell you, that would probably never work. That seems like a bad idea. I mean, unless, like, even, like, literally anybody, like, no. This makes more sense. You shade your eyes against the bright sun so that you can point out the thin bands radiating out from the metallic disc and how the energy from those bands affects local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound. Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your reconnaissance scans? She waits for your affirmation and says, "All right, I'm convinced." The two of you stretch your The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder and reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use the Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Look for a deeper solution. Let's try this one. Look for a deeper solution, perhaps, is an effect of the metallic disc itself. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from any trans-dimensional emissions that might be in the area. Yeah, just, some trans-dimensional emissions. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades. You feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, blocked by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memory. Hurts. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you're doing, and it is hunting you. Alright. So we got some weird memories, some stuff. Okay, we will walk over there. We're going to investigate. Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of the door. Someone made a great effort to go inside, to no avail. Okay, that doesn't sound good. No sign or symbol tells you what this might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronze segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen in place. And then, what we got? The light around the door's frame dims and flares like the roaring fire in a high wind. Huh, okay. We're going to access another memory. A vision of a city springs up around you, your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor, and holding a hilt with a sizzling invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help your enemies advance single file, confined by the parapet. Trey blows with the giant. You can handle it, at least for a strike or two. Duck under the giant's swing and attack before you can strike. Fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. We're gonna duck under the giant's swing. You roll under the blurring arc of his axe. He's overconfident, testing you without committing to the attack. Yes, he's fast, but not as fast as you are. And when he raises the great axe above his head to finish you. You're able to burrow your blade under his breastplate. The blade emerges from the back of his neck, and his life's blood washes over your hands. He falls, taking your weapon with him, and his companion attacks. Her invisible blade is far more lethal than the giant's axe. You duck as she thrusts at you, and the wall behind you hisses, destroyed. Her return swing cuts through your armor, ruining your breastplate. She doesn't have to be skilled with a weapon like this. She just has to make contact. Okay. You time your attack just as she pulls it back for another strike. You barrel into her, driving her over the wall, and she drops screaming to the ground 50 meters below. Oh boy. I go with the Imperial system, so we'll just say that's pretty far. She's probably dead. The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. Hurl yourself against the door and knock them to the ground. Crack the door open. Sneak past them, charge through them, counting on your defenses to protect you. We're gonna just hurl myself through the door. Let's knock these fools over. You charge through the dim shadows, dropping your shoulder into the door. At the last minute, it bursts open. Halfway through its arc, it crashes into a pair of enemy soldiers, scattering them. You race through the door, blade in hand, and you dispatch your stunned foes before they have a chance to move. Their blood begins to pool in the hallway. Alright. I wonder how well I'm going to do in like an actual battle. It's like, wow, my past self seemed pretty competent. And here we go. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator from kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you, as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room. Well, we're certainly moving up, so that's good. Interact? Yes. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. Oh, alright. In their eyes, their actions, you can see the memories you discovered within the orbs and the choices you made, shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, even smaller numbers immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. Alright. A rumble shakes through the room, and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Point at the doppelganger slipping gracefully through the mob. Yeah, I guess we'll point at the doppelganger slipping gracefully through the mob. Yeah, the doppelganger darts from the crowd, leans out of the mirror, and gently pokes your nose. When you try to do the same, it definitely leans out of your reach, laughing. Oh, alright. That's weird. It chuckles. Waiting for your decision. Yes, that is who I am. I want to consider the other choices. Yes, that is who I am, I guess. I am a guy who will lean out of the mirror, poke you in the nose, and dart back and laugh about it. Let's do this. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward, and its appearance changes as though it steps out of the rippling glass. As it steps out of the rippling glass, its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer all around you. Or no, shimmer all around it. Technology of several kinds, from a myriad of past ages. You get the feeling you, would be comfortable with all of it. The word nano sounds in your mind. Gained descriptor graceful. Yes. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Oh no, I don't. Alright, filling you we could do without. Your decision rings out into the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking the vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly, a horrible noise rings through your shared world, like a bell if bells could rot. Like a bell if bells could rot. So like a nasty sounding bell, something is coming. Restored to might pool. Oh, okay. Awesome. The mirror fades, leaving a dark open doorway. You make a deep breath and step through. Oh boy. Okay. What? Alright. This is gonna be a bit. Your choices in the memories in the mirror have begun to build your character. Okay, yeah, I guess I could have. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Probably wanted to use charm, but like. Oh well. Now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Mage, wizards, and sorcerers. Jacks, explorers, and adventurers. Has a name. Oh, okay. Enclave. Elite warriors. The ninth world, using weapons and armor. Oh, okay. So these guys are your, like, basic soldiers, and, like, my character came out to be a mage, wizard, and sorcerer. Or witch. Okay. Mysteries of the past, degree that form. Spell like, oh boy. Okay. You know what? Like, let's try this out. I would probably go with like a more basic soldier kind of type. But we're gonna go with the nano. Skills, quick fingers, medium weapons, heavy weapons, smashing, concentration. Ability, alright. This seems good to me, I guess. Yes. Sounds good. Let's do it. Oh, I guess we had to go to pool. Stat pools are the resources used to apply effort or activate abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Glaives tend to favor might and or speed, while nanos favor intellect. Jacks usually benefit from balance instead of points, not options. Oh, okay. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna increase our intellect and try that out. So yes. Okay, so yeah, intellect. Let's go here. You're gonna just boost intellect. Yeah, alright. And then we're gonna move over to character creation abilities. Along the way, your type can be active actions such as attacks or spell like stories or unique passive effects. Scan thoughts. The surface thoughts of most people or creatures you speak with appear in conversations. Let's just make my character OP. Like, that sounds great. Resourceful. Gain 1+ training level in cipher use skill allows you to carry additional ciphers. Not sure what this game counts as a cipher. Adaptation, which is gain protected 2+ armor +1 resistance, armor bonus 2 per +2 per tier, resistance bonus 1+ per tier. Active 3 rounds, consumes action. Alright, Innervate removes all negative Fettles, excludes flanked and lasting damage, heals 6 points of health. What about Quantum Step? Teleport one ally to a point within range. 2 points remaining. We are going to definitely go with Scan Thoughts. I'm sorry, but that's super OP. We're gonna use that. This heals 6 points of health. I feel like we might need health. We do want a boost, but I'm gonna probably go with health. Quantum Step seems really good too. We're gonna actually just go with health. So we're gonna choose one that might not be the best, but it's gonna give me at least a decent amount of health. Scan Thoughts. Yeah, that's gonna be good, hopefully. Most skills increase your chance of success on specific kinds of actions and tasks, but some give other passive bonuses. Each skill starts at the novice level and can be increased to 1 purple dot in the inlay, trained, and then double purple dots in specialized, granting greater bonuses at each level. Descriptions may leave some skills with the red dot or red double dot in ability level, meaning they inflict penalties when upgraded. These return to novice level. Oh, okay. So I have 3 of these penalties, and then I have 2 kind of basic ones with 1 purple dot there on the left. Lore Machinery. Okay, knowledge of machines. Mystical. Sciences that are not exactly physical or natural, including strange or transdimensional. Yes. Or natural. We're gonna go. Yes. No, we're gonna go mystical. This game sounds, or just seems odd enough that we're just gonna go. We can go all out there. Let's see here. Choose a weapon skill. Only glaives receive training in weapon skills. Oh, okay. So yeah, no weapons for me. So, descriptor. Although you can choose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers in the mirror, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new one if you wish. So we had graceful. Oh, with grace and beauty. In smashing. Clever? What does this look like? Ooh. This might be what we're looking for. Yeah. I'm gonna take a break just here for a moment and then come right back. Okay, so I'm back. Where were we? So graceful was what we had come to when we looked in the mirror. However, small bonuses like clever, it adds 2 to our intellect pool, train power and deception, 15% willpower, -1 training in lore mystical. Oh, we want mystical. And in machinery, I literally just chose that. So, what's charming? Intellect pool? Ooh, no. Cautious? Initiative. Ooh, stealth. Okay, but we're gonna come in concentration. Okay. We'll probably stay with graceful, but I want to check out the other ones. Learned. Natural allure machinery. In deception. Did we even have deception? And persuasion. Oh, okay. Mechanical, mystical, intimidation. Yeah, probably because we were a nerd. Observant, rugged, slick. You're a fast talker and a fast thinker. Wrathful. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're gonna just choose graceful, I think, at this point. Speed, quick fingers, and -1 training on smashing. So yes. Graceful nano. Last cast off. Is there a way to hold on? No, we're gonna oh, we don't have like a chance to change our name. Okay. So yeah, nano. So here, yes. Okay, abilities, obviously scan thoughts. And this one, and we're gonna go here. And yep. Okay, we're gonna do it. Here we go. Let's do this. The game has begun. Indigo tide represents justice, compromise, and the greater good. It is the tide of people who view life's difficulties from a broad global perspective rather than an individual one. That's okay. The greater good. Is that empiricism? Oh well, that's should be interesting. Let's do this. Oh boy, it's a ghost person. The labyrinth, the specter. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He has a hazy silhouette that seems to be made out of blues glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. Okay. Inspector. We weren't sure that would work. We pooled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you to wake you up. He glances at the other figures and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I bet you've got a lot of questions. This place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Okay, what are we gonna do? Before I met you, it felt like something was hunting me. Do you know what it was? You said I had to finish the process. It's probably just like finish this tutorial level. Who are these other people? You call them reflections. If this is the place in my mind, why don't I remember any of this? Any of you? Who are you? How do you know all of this? All that you're telling me. Let's see here. We're gonna, yes, go with this one before I feel like something was hunting me. Do you know what it was? The specter, he closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large, black, furious. It's all death. It's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. Oh. Alright. Why don't I remember any of this? Excuse me. Okay. It's your mind, a construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say, in the first place. This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me anyway. You'd probably know better since it's yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. Wow. Thanks, bro. Thanks for telling me a whole lot of Zippo. Finish the process. Other people? Call them reflections. That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew, people you met in the real world, with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why. It just happens. Let's see here. I had to finish the process? What do you mean by that? After you wake up from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. Okay. I'm gonna grab some water and be right back. Okay, so yeah, I'm back. Let's see here. What do you mean attuned to the tides? What's a resonance chamber? Yes, let's go with this. The tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something, except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is your body, in the real world, needs the tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up. What's a resonance chamber? I remember pieces about it, but not as a whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus? Yeah. Okay. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. So how do you know about all this? All that you're telling me? Inspector. He throws up his hands in frustration. I'm just a part of you. I look at you and I know this place was made from you, for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your questions, but that's all. So how do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. It should take you back to your body. Just step through it, and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. He's probably like, alright dude, enough questions, I don't know. Get a move on here. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What in the hells is it? Is that... Uh-oh. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, we got some... Oh yeah, tentacles. It's the sorrow. Ooh. Spectre. The sorrow's anchored to those reflections. It's devouring the power. We have to get rid of them, destroy its anchors, or else the shadow will erase us forever. Alright, let's do this. I don't know how to kill anything. Tutorial crisis. A crisis begins when you enter a dangerous situation. Crisis are turn-based encounters in which you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. We can't probably talk our way out of this. Each turn you can take one action to attack or activate an ability. You can also make one move. Okay. Okay, the reflection near you kill it. So we're gonna use the L reticle at the center of the screen, then X to move to position or to attack. Select the highlighted character now. So let's attack this reflection. Effort can be applied to attacks to increase your chance to hit. As with other tasks, each level of effort increases your chances by 20% at the cost of 1 point for this attack pool. Unarmed attacks use speed, but other weapons and abilities might use might or intellect instead. Alright, let's do some damage. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. The Sorrow's turn. Oh. What in the... It's escaping. It's going to hide inside your mind. Now run. Get to the next one. You can sacrifice your action for the turns to double move instead of attacking. Or as preview line turns people. What turns purple when over position requires a double move? Oh, okay. Attack out of range. Sorrow's turn. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna attack this fool. Alright, when you apply a effort to the attack, it also increases the damage you deal. Different weapons. Okay. We're going to... Yes. Basic attack. Use your action this turn. You will need to wait until next turn to deal another... With another reflection, you can move somewhere to send your remaining moves, but you can early. Let's just move here and then triangle, end it. So I'm right next to this Sorrow infection. What is it doing now? It's infecting it somehow. Fettles? Fettles are temporary conditions or status effects that can improve or reduce a character's stats. The Sorrow has just placed a fettle on the remaining reflection. You can't remove this frettle, but you may find a way to overcome it. Alright. Well, let's attack this bad boy. Let's do... Oh. The armor stat reduces physical damage. The frettle the Sorrow placed on the character improves the armor by 10, meaning it will absorb 10 points of damage from each attack. Reflection's armor is now too high for you to overcome it with your unarmed attack. Oh. Something. Reflection is protected somehow. You'll need to find a way to hit even harder. Grab that piece of mirror glass. It might have enough residual energy to kill the reflection. Yes. Loot. To pick up loot. Okay, L to over, press X to pick it up, triangle to take all, and then... Okay. I think I can go pick up an item. Let's loot. Oh. Oh boy. Take all. R2 to bring it up in the items menu. X to select it. Highlight your target. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah! That's right. Deal with it, Sorrow. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. You probably did lose. That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. Wow. Awesome. I stopped an unstoppable thing. He holds his head in his hands. I can't believe it found us. In here. He looks at you with terror in his eyes. That thing, the Sorrow, it's been haunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep haunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it. Well, that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back there and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome over there. Go! Now! Ugh, chill out, man. It'll take my time. No, okay. We're gonna get over to the portal. Leave area. Let's do it. Whew! Okay. Conversion option to change channel psychic forces to influence the world around you, sometimes at a cost. Unlocked. Has to train you in the tidal affinity skill. Alright. Seems interesting. To say the least.
Where did he fall from? His body's smashed to talc. It's a wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
Oh, will you look at that? Wait, I know that face. Oh. Ugh, what was that? What did you do, Castellage? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. Trophy time. Oh yeah, trophy time. There we go. Not dead yet. First trophy. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is that the man's kaleidoscope of tattoos writhing across his forearms. He wears a long dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? He admitted an internal psychological reaction in response to the fall. Probably related to that fantastic healing process, obviously. Alagern? Al? We'll call him Al. We're probably just gonna call him Al. And Cal. Calistage and Algern? Alright. Alright. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to make sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, as though some act and react to stimuli you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh, okay, that's the shadows that are moving around her. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistage. This is Alagern speaking. His voice is grim and clipped, and then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Stop talking. His voice is hard and set. Scan thoughts. He's the changing god. Calistage is deliberately blinding himself. But why? Yes. I think the answer, just like my band teacher said when his wife would ask him about, like, when are we doing this exactly? Like a specific date for a band event? He would say yes. Because he had no idea when it was going to be. So he said yes. It was really great. So he's the changing one. Alright. Yeah. What do you mean, who are you? Where am I? How did I get here? Was I dead? I'm no ordinary mortal. What do you mean? I mean, obviously you're not, because you didn't die. Alagern, you really don't know? He cocks his head to the side. I'm starting to think you're not him. Calistage. Starting to think, Alagern? Tell me, is it a novel experience? Scan thoughts. Alagern's being more paranoid than usual. How long must I put up with him? I don't know. Put up with him, though? Alagern. It's his face. I've never seen any other people. Wait, I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing one could have healed so quickly. We're gonna call the changing god the changing one. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Alagern? This is Calistage talking. It implies inconsistency, thus the changing one, or god, may have changed. Several versions of her shrug, then she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. I mean, obviously. Calistage talking. Her most solid self curtsies while others bow or spin. I and my sisters am Calistage. This is Algren. We are explorers, knowledge seekers, and that's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. What the... alright. Where are we? What is this place? Who is the changing one? Are there other cast-offs? So, you say I was born when the changing one left. Why am I not dead? Before I woke, I was in some kind of dreamlike labyrinth with a glowing specter. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna ask, who is this changing entity? Algren. Huh. That's something coming from you. Calistage. She gives him a sidelong glance. The Changing One is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago, a means to transfer himself into a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Algren. Oh, he knew alright. He eyes you up and down coldly. The only thing that the Changing One cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single thought for those he leaves behind. So scan thoughts. He sees us as experiments, not humans? Oh, okay. So Algren is presumably human, and he's thinking of the human race. And that this Changing One, or changing god, or deity, or entity, or whatever, as just playing around, and he's just, so he must just like hop from body to body. Although it said something about him being the Changing One, so where are we? That would be a good place to start. What is this place? Calistage. A sanctum of your sires. The common belief that he has several such places throughout the Ninth World, possibly other worlds as well, as we are only just able to gain entry to this one because of your grand entrance. So are there other cast-offs? No. Before I woke, I was in some kind of dreamlike labyrinth with a glowing specter. Hold on a second. I believe somebody else is home.